All right, great lesson here. Once again, talking about the word credit, how it's used in some phrases and variations of the word, and what it really means, the whole idea of this. I'm sure you've heard of it, obviously, a credit card, which we're going to get to. But the idea basically of credit in general, it's kind of hard to explain even for a native speaker, so you have to sort of get the feel of what credit really means. So if you have credit, it basically means that you have more of something, or you still have something left that you can use. In the case of a credit card, the idea is you have a card where you can spend money. Credit card's kind of weird because you actually don't even have the money necessarily. You spend first and pay back later, but the card gives you credit. It gives you the feeling, or the bank gives you credit. It gives you the feeling, and it's true, that you can spend money because they believe you're going to pay it back. So if you have credit in any sense, it means not only money, but you've got something that you can use. It could be some sort of value, like it could be information. People believe you. It could be money that you can use. Even in a game, like a video game on the computer, they might say, you still have 30 credits remaining. That means you have 30, games left, or you have 30 things left, You can give somebody a gift card that has a bunch of credits. It could be on some point system. So it doesn't have to be money, but it could be something that has value in some sense, whether it's believability, someone's going to believe you, whether it's money, whether it's points to buy something out of a book, or use points, to get, something in a video game. Or like if you take, let's say, here's a good example. Let's say you take something back, you go to the store, clothing store, whatever. You go to the store, you buy a coat, and you don't like the coat the next day. But you didn't wear it, you just try it on, you look in the mirror, you realize, I don't really like this, or it doesn't fit as well as I thought. And you give it back, you return it the next day, say, can you give me my money back? They might say, no, that's not our policy, but we can take the coat back for you and we'll give you store credit. That means if the coat was $300 and they give you store credit, they won't give you the actual money back, which sucks, but at least they're going to give you store credit, so you can use $300 worth of stuff to buy in the store. So that's what store credit is. You just buy other stuff that costs $300. It's obviously better to get the money, but the store would rather give you store credit. But anyway, same kind of idea. This is a common expression, common phrase. If someone says, give me some credit, they're not talking about money. They're just saying, why don't you believe me? Like if you say, did you see the game today? It was amazing. And they say, nah, I don't even believe you. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about basketball or hockey or whatever you're watching. You can say, oh, give me some credit. I watch quite a bit. I learn quite a bit about it. Or you're talking about some educational topic and someone says, I don't think you really know what you're talking about in that situation. You say, oh, give me some credit. I learned about it for a couple years in university. So you're just saying, or you could say, I met this really beautiful girl at the bar, and they're like, I don't believe it. You never meet beautiful girls. You could say, oh, give me some credit. I'm not that bad. I meet some hot chick sometimes, right? So if you're saying, give me some credit, you're saying like, you should trust me more and think of me in a higher way, basically. Think of me in a better way. Think of me as being more believable, cooler, whatever the situation is. If something is credible, it means it's a believable thing. So, some blogs on the internet, many of them are not very credible. Just some goof is writing whatever they want, and it's just their opinion. It's not a credible source. But if you go to an academic paper, something like harvard.edu, the school Harvard, whatever they put out, that's usually considered to be a credible source of information, a trustworthy and believable source. to get information. Like if you read something on someone's blog, it's not as credible. You shouldn't believe it as easily as if you read it on a very famous university's website. Of course, Harvard could be not 100% accurate. They might be wrong, but the point is generally it's perceived as much more credible if they write it than if just some random person wrote it. They've built up more trust with the world that it's probably true and not just some ridiculous opinion. And credibility is just a form of the word credible. So I could say, the school Harvard has a lot of credibility. Or that guy, when he's talking about that subject, he's got a lot of credibility because he's been in the industry of that topic for the last 35 years. So if you've built up a reason for other people to trust or believe you, you have a lot of credibility. Anyway, that was a mouthful, that was a lot of stuff, but I'm going to write it all up on the website, so I hope to see you there, not only today, but every day, learnenglish232.com.